Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Join Doodle League Season 2, Europe Region Division 1. We are bringing you Hehe United versus Meet Your Makers, and my name is Roxas, and with me, this time, it's Coucher. How's it going, friend?
Yeah, it's going as well as ever, I have to say. Just able to cast and watch Dota, it's awesome.
Yeah, it certainly has been a full week of trying to get all the games in, and it's impossible to really watch and pay attention to all of them, but I guess it gives you some back VODs and everything to just put on in the background sometimes, and I would rather have too much than not enough.
5 seconds remaining.
That's definitely the case.
Radiant team.
It's like with clothes, and when it's like winter or something, you can always take clothes off when it's warm, but if it gets cold and you don't have the clothes to actually put on, then you're screwed.
Team pick.
It's actually like the opposite logic compared to like who I know, just because maybe I'm from Texas and it gets really hot, and people are like, man, I hate it when it's hot because I can only get so derobed and be able to go out in public, right? And but if it's really cold, and for us cold is like 15 degrees Celsius or something,
Radiant team
we're like, well, we can just put on clothes if it's cold. Fine, it's super easy. So anyway,
Oh god, man.
Dire team pick.
I
Winter
want to
was
mention
coming,
really
but we
quickly.
screwed it
Yesterday we did get to see Hehe play against Relax, and on back of Kaibutsu's Medusa, they did very well in Game 1, but very poorly in Game 2 because of a Shadow Fiend having a good start. But the first thing I'm thinking is there going to be a Medusa this game? Meet Your Makers was watching, so they did decide to ban out the Wisp, which was taken both games. And he just
5
keeps their bans the same,
seconds
Batrider and Lycan, and then Invoker banned out from Meet Your Makers. So he goes with the Treant Protector first, and Meet Your Makers immediately responded with Darkseer and Wraith King.
Yeah, they didn't really even need time to figure things out. It's like, immediate picks, we're gonna play that. That's the end of it. And as far as the Medusa pick, I really think the IO is probably what makes that pick so strong, because of just more or less endless mana shield with the mana that IO brings to the Medusa. I mean, it might be possible with the Treant just making him even tankier than he already is, but I think that requires a certain lane setup as well for them.
Yeah, they went for like some pretty heavy sustain in the lanes in their last couple of games, so they went with like Witch Doctor and Wisp, and I mean, Treant Protector certainly fits into that. They could get maybe a Dazzle. I don't expect to see Omni Knight, but they could go for Witch Doctor again, and just basically say like, well, we can trade hits with you because we have more regen because of the nature of our heroes, which Treant Protector fits very well into, and is also an enabler for a lot of other heroes that don't normally get that luxury, like Medusa, of course. But they're taking a long time to think of this second pick. It's going to dictate a lot of the rest of the time. I think the second and third picks are usually the most important in a draft, because they really lock you into a direction, or at the very least make it so that you kind of start revealing your hand and can start getting counterpicked pretty easily.
Well, they do go for the Mirana, and
Dire
I saw
team
you say that whoever is able to draft Mirana wins, more or less.
Morana's a pretty good hero, I heard.
Yeah, it's just such a nice hero. It fits almost in every lineup, and the Moonlight Shadows, especially,
10 seconds
it's just
remaining.
so strong early on, when the supports actually don't have that much money to throw around for
seconds
just the
remaining.
sentries or dust. So the Moonlight Shadows just makes or breaks teamfights so damn often.
Radiant team ban.
Well, no other hero in the game also has a 5-second stun at level 1. And it's the only non-ultimate stun that is 5 seconds. Like, it's the longest one. Like, Bane's Fiend's Grip is 5 seconds, but that's his ultimate. And I think Black
Dire
Hole was
team
also
ban.
5 seconds. But, yeah, the hero's good. Everyone knows that. We don't really talk about it too much, but the Leshrac is going to be the ban from Hehe United. That would be a lot of enabler for push, and certainly very good in an aggressive tri-lane. Plus,
10 seconds remaining.
Leshrac, I don't know if it was Hehe, but there's a team that ran a
Radiant
carry
team
Leshrac
ban.
the other evening, and it actually went very well. They managed to compete late game with a Naga Siren, took some good fights. And the Clinks is going to be banned out as well. So I guess these are just respect bands knowing MYM and what they enjoy picking. And MYM did their research as well as they go ahead and ban out the Witch Doctor and the Ember Spirit. Oh, Skype? Skype, you back, friend?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. But yeah, Witch Doctor and Ember Spirit, two heroes that he ran in conjunction in both of their games yesterday and going to be banned out in this time.
Meteor Makers, they've definitely done their homework, and well, they go for a Rubik. It's not the most exotic support by any means, but it's just a really standard one and a utility support of sorts. Just can do everything, has the stun, has the nuke, and of course can steal the spells as well if need be.
Well, there are currently already two really good heroes for Rubik to go up against. Stealing Moonlight Shadow or Sacred Arrow, as well as Living Armor or Overgrowth, are both very good, even if you can get them. And now he can steal Shallow Grave, so he will go for the sustain strat in their lanes. So with the Witch Doctor and Wisp being banned out, they go for Treant Protector and Dazzle instead. No Omni Knights, of course, unless they wanted to go carry Omni Knight, which would be funny. But they currently don't have any hard disables, so they are almost either forced to pick those in their next two core heroes, or they just play Alliance Dota and just somehow manage without any hard disables.
Yeah, it's just Mirana. Doesn't need any setup stuns. That's just how skilled he is. But well, Meteor Maker's going for a Gyrocopter. I mean, homing missile is actually decent-ish against the Moonlight Shadows now that it actually hits Invis targets. I mean, of course, it's not like super massive countering the Moonlight Shadows or anything, but
I think that he was going to pick this up otherwise.
Yeah, it's really good together with the Overgrowth to set up the cooldown easily.
Yeah, well, when they were running that aggressive trial with the Gyrocopter, they did very well.
10 seconds remaining.
Meteor Maker's just going to take that from them. It'd be interesting if they run aggressive with it. I mean, aggressive Trilion's are always a lot better on Radiant side just because of having that pull camp there, so they could get away with it. Plus, they have Rubik Lift and a Wraith King stun if this Wraith King is indeed a support, which is usually how we see him. I wouldn't really want to see him as a core against any Diffusal Blade carrier such as Mirana, but now things get interesting as we have a Huskar looking probably to go mid, picked up by Hehe.
Yeah, it's always nice to see that hero. I've seen him a couple of times, haven't been able to cast him though, and well, the magic resistance, it's pretty nice to be honest. The Rocket Barrage, as well as even the Darkseer Ion Shell and maybe the Wall later on, they won't be as effective against the Huskar.
Yeah, they don't really have too much physical damage. Wraith King as support isn't going to get any. He kind of just builds... The hit me build is what is popular for Wraith Kings these days, which is Mjolnir Blade Mail. So Huskarn's not going to have to worry about that, and Gyrocopter needs at least one or two items before he really gets some good damage up, and not to mention this guy is such a bitch to deal with in lane. You just get like 3 or 4 Burning Spear stacks on you, and it's like you just have to go home.
10 seconds remaining.
And I'd be interested to see where they lane it, but MYM, they ban out Kaibutsu's Medusa, and he's suspecting that this is a core Wraith King, as they do ban out the Ancient Apparition.
Well, even... Yeah, it sure looks like it at the moment. Who are they gonna send mid though? Is it gonna be Gyro mid or just completely send Darkseer mid, leave Gyro or somebody safe lane? I can't really make up their lanes, to be honest.
I think that it'll be a safe lane Darkseer, a mid Wraith King, and then an aggressive Trilone with Rubik, Jakira, and Gyrocopter. Wraith King is gonna fare the best against Huskar, safe lane Wraith King and mid Darkseer, because I think whenever Darkseer is having a hard time, he can just go farm those camps with Ion Shell while he's bottle crowing, and he's not really going to fall behind as much as the other heroes would. I mean, it could be a core Rubik or core Jakira, and they last picked the... So, good tempo controller, very strong laner, and does quite well against pretty much every hero on MYM, so... This looks like an exciting lineup. This is going to be very aggressive from Hehe, and lots of good team fights coming out from MYM. Jakiro Darkseer is something that we haven't seen in a really long time, but really easy combos, lots of excitement, lots of explosions, and lots of damage. But as soon as a pipe comes out, I mean, they're going to have a lot of problems killing this Huskar, I think.
Yeah, it's just that they don't have a natural pipe carrier. I mean, Treant could go for it. usually neither the Treant nor the Dazzle actually gets that much farm. So if they like break even or even lose the early to mid game, the pipe will definitely be delayed and even a mech possibly. I mean, Meteor Makers, they have the Darkshire who can build both. Or I think he'll just go for the mech. The pipe even not that necessary for them, to be honest.
They probably should still go for a pipe though. Starstorm is enough. I mean, you do have Rubik's Spell Shield or Null Field, which is like kind of a free pipe, but anyway, let's go ahead and introduce the teams. On the sides of MYM, lots of recognizable names here. New team, familiar faces though. It's going to be Crit playing on the support Rubik. On the carry Gyrocopter, we're going to have Link. On, it looks like, the support Wraith King, it's going to be Biceps Warrior. That's an awesome name. Going in the safe lane as the Darkseer, we're going to have Ace. And going in the mid lane as a core, we're going to have Rise on the Jakiro.
And for Hehe, up on the dark side, Chips High will be playing the Dazzle in the tri-lane with Nihis. Up on the Treant Protector, leaving Relo to play the Huskar for them, as Hava, HWA, hitting towards the mid lane on the puck, and last but not least will be Kaibutsu on the Mirana on the safe lane. And Biceps Warrior, indeed, what an awesome name for him. I'm not too sure, it should be Unicorn.
I believe it's
at least.
Unicorn.
But usually Unicorn plays the carry for them, so I guess they're just switching up the roles a little bit.
Well, that's not allowed. You know, if a team wants to change their roles for a game, that is disrespectful. Alright, sorry. /rant. Alright.
Yeah.
People are allowed to do that. I'm just going to throw that out there. So, it looks like it will be... Okay, no, they actually send Reload to the safe lane and try to go with this aggressive tri-lane with Kaibutsu. What did they get to see? I don't think they really saw anything that would kind of lead them to that. Maybe they got to see Wraith King? I'm not exactly sure. Or maybe they're like, tri-lanes with Mirana are a lot better than most other tri-lanes. But as it's important and spotted out, we have a Tree picking up the double damage, so currently hitting for 170. And he's got Leech Seed skilled. They're looking to gank mid.
Oh, they're going top lane though.
Oh, early top lane, lift, and Rocket Barrage. Well, that's going to be your first blood. Easy, taken from the on the Gyrocopter, but Nihi's coming in. Rise is in trouble as well. Shallow Grave going to be saving Chip Henson from the tower hits, but Ace comes in. He's surged himself, and he's going to be able to secure that kill with a right click. And he's stuck in the trees. He's stuck by creeps. He can't get out. Okay, now he ate a tango and got his way out there, so he's going to have to walk up by the Ancients, but Ace is not going to pursue here.
Well, so, that's an early first. Oh god, they're going to Biceps Warrior now as well, maybe.
Oh goodness, Biceps Warrior, you're surrounded by 3. You're only level 1, man. No, he gets away. Well,
Yeah,
lots of action so far.
Mana. Well, that's a nice early game. 1 minute in, 3 kills already, and of course, lucky actually that Nihis was able to tango his way out of there, but a little man fight once again with Wraith King.
Yep. Chips Hayden coming up, and Biceps Warrior, there's no slow. Well, now there is. There's the Leech Seed. You just got but the 2-man Ice Path. But HWA thought about jaunting to that illusory orb. Nihis is just kind of hitting him and punching him in the back, and he's just going to decide to finally go back bottom lane. So now that we have some time to breathe, what do you think about a core Jakiro? I don't think I've actually ever seen one.
Really? I mean, I've seen it actually more often than support Gyrocopters at least. And usually they, to be honest, they fall short a little bit as far as just their carry potential goes. Or well, not the potential, but what they actually manage to do, because the games I've seen in, the enemy has just been more aggressive, and even the Gyrocopter, if he gets the BKB, that's pretty much all he actually gets. Even if he gets the monkey.
By the way, mid lane on Rise, the supports came and rotated in. There's a Leech Seed on him as well, and Chips isn't going to be able to secure it with the right clicks. HWA jaunted to his orb, so he's kind of stuck by the trees. He's going to be able to phase shift to avoid the tower shots, but Crit comes in, he secures a kill on Dazzle with the Fade Bolt, and there's going to be another TP in. So.
Well, looks like the mid lane Jakiro not going too well for them. It's not like Relo on the Huskar is getting that much farm at least. But yeah, I guess as far as the Gyrocopters go, usually the Gyrocopters as a solo core, they don't work out because they just don't deal enough damage. And overall, just having solo core lineups, at least like one hard carry and banking all your eggs in the one basket, it's just not the best thing to go for.
Yeah, it certainly puts a big emphasis on a certain stage of the game, but I mean, he does have not really traditional carries, but they do have two semi-carries. Relo, I mean, Huskar doesn't really do that much damage. He kind of just does damage by being alive and just getting stacks of burning spears on and then being hard to focus. Whereas Mirana obviously will build some damage items later on, such as Butterfly, MKB, Mantis Style, things like that. So she'll be able to do some damage later on. But the thing that both of these heroes kind of lack that like other hard carries do, such as Anti-Mage or
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't know, PL, right? They don't really have any steroids in their skill set. I mean, Mirana, like the
They're going on top lane.
top lane. What's a Wraithfire Blast thrown out onto Relo. Relo's getting lots of stacks of Burning Spears on, and the Leech Seed going to be able to heal up the team though. Chipstation, he might die to Unicorn. No, he graves himself, and Unicorn's going to take some Burning Spears, and he's going to go down. Actually, Dazzle gets to secure the kill there. So chalk it up as a 3 for 4 currently. Lots of action, and even more now as Crit is going to be able to pick up an Invis Rune and head top.
Oh, this game, it's really good to see and that it's so aggressive. And actually, to be honest, so far, I mean, they have the kill lead, but even if they had broken even or maybe one kill behind, I think those fights just favor them at the moment. Just getting the early levels, and of course the Huskar getting some farm out of it. It doesn't need that much to start being annoying. Once he gets that life break, once it's on cooldown, he can just go around and jump on people.
Yeah, that's certainly a lot of Huskar's damage, is just being able to life break and initiate, and kind of just go in with a BKB and just not really give a hoot. But speaking of Relo, he's about to be dived on. Never mind. He kind of sniffs something out and crit attacks a creep wave. And he's actually rotated in. There's going to be a rotation in from Kaibutsu as well, but he immediately gets telekinesis after the leap. There's going to be Rocket Barrage coming in, but Nihis throws out the leap seed on the Link. Biceptory, he throws out the Wraithfire Blast, but HWA comes in. Starfall going to be able to hit them. They're all locked by the Dream Coil, taking a lot of damage from Burning Spears as well, and Unicorn, he goes down before he can take down the Treant Protector. Kaibutsu going to be able to salve up as well. So chalk it up as a 3 for 6 at 6 minutes into this game.
That was kind of awkward by MYM. I mean, they saw the TPs coming in, and they were like, okay, let's start running away. Suddenly, Rubik, of course, went for the defensive telekinesis, and Gyrocopter activated his Rocket Barrage, but instead of running away, he just ran into them anyway. He was like, oh, I can't waste my Rocket Barrage, but he just should have
I'll
ran
waste
for
my life
dear life.
instead.
Yeah, they didn't really, I mean, I think they just missed some shot calling by a certain in-game leader, which I'm not too sure who plays the role for them or whatnot. So yeah, some indecision there by them, and it cost them dearly.
Yep. Well, Ice Pass going to be thrown at HWA, not able to phase shift it though, doesn't have the mana for Orb, now has it, just hit 150, and Unicorn's not going to pursue. He's not going to go super YOLO just yet. Meanwhile, Link on the top lane, he's getting a fair amount of farm, getting more than the Huskar, but the story of the game so far has been Ace on the Darkseer. He's quietly gotten up to 43 CS, has 1 kill, able to farm and stack up the jungle, and he's kind of been pwning Kaibutsu, which I didn't really expect, to be honest.
Yeah, Mirana rotated a little bit as well, I guess. Might have been that, and definitely, like you said, wouldn't expect that Darkseer actually to just own the Mirana as far as he is. He's almost doubling the creep score, and that's definitely one positive for MYM overall. I mean, sure, the Gyro is getting the last hit as well, but I mean, top lane, they're going on reload.
Yep, telekinesis to pull him back. Moonlight Shadow's used immediately though, but Chips Hasten, he decides to throw out the Poison Touch on the Link, and he's trying to get in range. No, Phase Boots too much. Volvo, please.
They just needed so little more for the Huskar to actually get in range for the life break as well. But not to be, but then again, MYM, they got the initiation. We're unable to follow up on it. And wow, Ace, he went for a Hand of Midas on the Darkseer. What do you feel about that?
I'm always a fan of, as far as hero builds go, just making up for weaknesses instead of exacerbating strengths. And Darkseer farms very, very quickly. Well, never mind. Top lane. Great Fire Blast on the reload. Rocket Barrage is there, but he's got 4 points in Berserker's Blood, and he's got the Dazzle to help him out. Dazzle Huskar doing work, and not to mention Nihis comes out from the trees. He's able to get a leech. He was hiding there the whole time. Kaibutsu, he rotates in. Arrow going to be able to hit on crit. That's a 3-second stun. Starfall should finish him off, and the right clicks from the tree, and the Burning Spears. Gets Relo a double kill.
Dyer's bottom tower
Classic
is
combo
under
doing
attack.
work there. Dazzle Huskar.
Radiant's top tower
Yeah, it's just
is
so
under attack.
damn strong, and it really looked like, oh god, he's gonna die, but no, Berserker's Blood hitting in, of course, with the magic resistance and that Dazzle, like you said.
Dyer's
My
structures
god,
are
just
fortified.
the Shallow Grave is so
Radiant's
strong in
middle
combination
tower
with
is under
Huskar.
attack.
Oh, absolutely.
Dyer's
At least he doesn't get
tower
extra
is falling.
damage now. That was BS. You remember those days? Like, you'd get a Huskar down to, 10 HP, and
Dyer's
then,
bottom tower is
like,
under
then he
attack.
starts hitting you, and then he just kills you anyway. You're like, why? But yeah,
Oh,
going
it's
back
fun
to
to go
Ace
up against.
with
Just
the
getting
Midas
pop
is-
stomped by Huskars left and right.
Yeah, but going back to Ace with the Midases, like, Darkseer already farms very quickly anyway. Like, I don't really know why you need it. And I think that the trade-offs, I mean, like, yeah, they can get away with it, and maybe he'll get, 2,500, 3K gold in addition by, like, 30 minutes or so, but I'm just not usually a fan of this on heroes like Darkseer or SF, but I'm also kind of a wuss, I guess.
Well, Darkseer is actually one of the few heroes I completely hate that item on. I've seen it fail so many times. But then again, it has been mostly just offlane Darkseer who have been struggling and whatnot. I mean, it's good as far as the extra XP goes, because the Darkseer definitely does need the level. So he'll be able to hit that level 11 when his vacuum is maxed out and already has at least 1 point in wall.
But I
A
mean,
little
like,
bit
he's already
faster,
level
but,
9 at 10 minutes, so, like you farmed the jungle so quickly with Ion Shell, I don't know, man. Well, I'm not the pro. Let's not talk about that. I actually wanted to talk about, Moonlight Shadow is used mid lane, but Skirmish avoided. I was actually going to talk about this core Jakiro, and, what do you build on a core Jakiro? Rise decides he's going to go for an Aghanim Scepter. And I'm not sure, like, Jakiro's not one of those supports where you think, like, super late in the game, if he has a lot of items, if they get there, that he's doing well, compared to someone like a Witch Doctor or a Vengeful Spirit. So, like, what do you think Rise should be building, and what do you think about his Aghanim's choice?
Well, we might not even get to talk about it because there's some action, but the Moonlight Shadows was stolen by Crit, so maybe once again the Skirmish avoided.
Yeah, not to mention HWA has a haste rune and hastily puts down a ward. So, oh, but never mind. They're going to re-goose here. Telekinesis bringing back, but call down completely whiffed as well as the Ice Path. And Dream Coil hits on 4. Never mind, Rise is actually free from it. He's just walking into it. And Nihis is coming in, and Living Armor is going to be used on Rubik. He actually stole it. Rocket Barrage doing a lot of damage uphill, as well as Rise with the Ice Path. Overgrowth going to be used defensively. Currently, just a 1 for 1, or sorry, 0 for 2. Oh, but never mind. Reload comes in with a Life Break Rise. He's going to go down as well. 4 for 0. Mark that. And the only one left alive is Ace, who's, he's got a hand to Midas, so he's fine.
Oh god, that was horrible, and they might get Ace. They don't have the stuns though, and so Ace, he's the lucky survivor for this round.
And crit, immediate steal on the arrow. So now he's got the telekinesis, going to fire the arrow on HWA, and he's taking damage from the Ion Shell. There's no phase shift. He manages to orb away and jaunt to it. If he switches to Strength Treads, he'll be alright, but gets an earned charge from his buddy. So he'll be totally fine.
Okay, so after the horrible fight for MYM, coming back to the Jakiro item build, I actually think that the Aghanim Scepter for this particular lineup, it might not be too bad. Usually maybe...
Didn't it
Could
get
have
buffed
seen a mech.
in 6.81?
Yeah, the Macropyre is like twice as... It reaches twice as far and lasts twice as long, so 14 seconds duration. And well, I mean, in combination with the Darkseer, and since the Jakiro is also maxing out the Ice Path, I think it might be worth it with the Vacuum into Ice Path on top of the Macropyre. I mean, without the Darkseer, it would be kind of iffy to just go for the ultimate, because who the hell is gonna stand in it anyway? And the Vacuum really is the only thing they can combo it up with.
Yeah, well, the way it's usually been with, like, getting Ags on Jakiro is like, yeah, he can get one. Well, by the way, Link, he might be in trouble bottom lane. Dream Coil going to be used, as well as the Waning Rift going to be silencing him. He walks back into the orb, and yeah, you're just dead. So,
May you ride on
2 versus 1, Link goes down, unfortunately. But like usually when it's come to Ags on Jakiro, it's like I think it just increased the damage, and you're like, well, why am I going to spend 4.2k on an item to increase my damage when I could just of one spell when I could just get a Veil that increases the damage of all my spells, you know? So that's like the biggest reason why Ags I think was never really built on Jakiro before this buff, but we'll get to see it in action here, and I think that range is certainly going to be really, really disruptive in team fights.
Yeah, and just the duration as well. But even then, I mean, it's really huge, and it's actually almost impossible to not run into it at some point in time during the team fights. But even then, if they somehow manage to kill off Darkseer before the Micropyre comes out, it might be just completely useless. At least the Aghanims makes you hell of a lot tankier as well. So there's some extra bonus to it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But the Veil, actually, I mean, with their lineup overall, I think it actually might have been more damage output.
I mean, he can still go for a Veil and an Axe. I mean, we see Sand Kings and Earthshakers do that a lot. Kaibutsu, he gets Ice Path, Telekinesis back. Oh, he gets stunned by the arrow and by Unicorn, but he's still able to leap away. He arrows point blank. He's healed by Dazzle. He's gonna live! He kills Biceps Warrior. Never mind, Dazzle kill secures it. Not to mention Jakiro going down and Crit's able to TP out. The rotations from Hehe are just making such incredible plays. You cannot fight one of them without fighting their whole team.
And you can just see the strength of the Treant Protector coming in as Darkseer actually kills off Hava on the bottom lane, and that's something that I did not expect.
That.
Yeah, Darkseer killing off a puck. I mean, must have been misplayed by Hava really, or don't really see any way other than that happening. Even the wall wasn't used, so.
I think he just got cocky about the damage he can take from Ion Shell. Maybe
they're going
there was
on
a
Crit top
vacuum
lane.
used. I mean, 160 damage nuke. By the way, top lane, Crit, he's down low. He got initiated on, but Unicorn comes in with the Rapefire Blast. Moonlight Shadows used defensively. Kaibutsu, he's going to be living armored up, throws out the Starfall, but he's put himself in kind of a precarious position here. Flat Cannon going to be used from Link to secure that kill, and Kaibutsu, he came in for a little bit, but he's actually going to be trying to get out. He leaps up back towards Dazzle, and they're not going to be engaging there, as Shallow Grave is certainly up, but HWA did actually get his Blink Dagger, while Relo, with his Helm of the Dominator, is soloing Roshan.
It's starting to go pretty fast as the Burning Spears just start stacking up. They're at 17 stacks, so pretty much maxed out for him by the looks of it. And well, he will get the Roach. The Centaur, it's pretty nice for the extra attack speed on Relo as well. And well, Kaibutsu kills off the Gyrocopter. They killed off Biceps as well, but he comes back from the Reincarnation, and I think Kaibutsu should be safe as the leap as well.
Just one click. Oh, he disjoints the last click, but dies to the damage over time from Rapefire Blast. HWA, he's going to be able to get him with his right clicks. He wanted to jaunt to the orb. Is he going to take out to the DOT? No, he won't. He strength treads up, gets healed as well as uses his wand. He's fine. In the meantime, Relo gets himself a solo Aegis and makes his way very close on track to that armlet. And this is something that, you know, we haven't seen as being possible while Burning Spears was a unique attack modifier. So, finding a new place in the game for this hero, it's been really nice. By the way, top lane HWA, he gets Telekinesis, Illusory Orb was stolen with the help of the Ion Shell, is able to take him down. God. So many kills, 25 kills in 17 minutes. This is this is not Chinese Dota for sure. Come on, Coucher, you should know how to use Skype. Well, anyway, while we wait for him to get back. Oh. Is he connected to the game? Alright, well, it looks like I'm going to be solo for a bit. So, in the top lane, we're going to see Nihis. He's kind of cornered, but Moonlight Shadow is going to be able to get him away. They're going to try to re-engage with this. They do have Dream Coil on HWA. Leaf Seed is there, but Surge is not going to do much. Dream Coil will keep him there, though. But Relo comes in. He has a Burning Spears, cancels the TP out. And it's going to be a double kill as well for Dazzle. There's a line drawn as well. Rubik. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what Crit was saying. But he had a line drawn this way a bit, so gonna be okay. In the meantime, We do see Unicorn just farming. It looks like he picked up a Bracer. Could be going for drums. Could be going for something else. Speaking of drums, Jakiro probably has his finish flying out on the Courier. Yes, he does. So they're going to start working towards that Aghanim Scepter. Raya's looking pretty good as far as his farm goes, but as expected, Darkseer on top of the net worth. Speaking of which, there's a small engagement here. Calldown's going to be used from Link. Kaibutsu, he's being kept alive from the living armor. Crit comes in. He tries to fire the arrow. It lands on Chips Hayes, and he's taking a lot of damage from the creeps, but the Macropyre is going to be over there, finishing him off as well, but Tree Protector is able to kill that. And in the meantime, we have Kaibutsu cornered between some trees. Overgrowth's going to be able to keep Rise and Crit in position, though. Arrow is flied from the real Mirana, and she's going to be able to secure Rise with right clicks. Oh, just one more, but the net comes in from Ace at the last second. But there's Relo here. He's stuck in the wall. He's got the Burning Spears. He's also got the Aegis. He also has his Armlet. And it's immediately popped from Unicorn, who doesn't have his ultimate. Is Jakiro going to die to Burning Spears? Yes, he will. In the meantime, the tower is actually in deny range. There's a Helm of the Dominated creep, I guess, but Relo, he's going to be going for the tower. Secures the last hit. Ace, he's going to be trying to surge away, and he will get away. So,
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
ooh, I'm getting called by Coucher now. Looks like he's going to go for a round restart. Recall when you can. Alright, back to the game. So if we're looking at item progression here, it looks like, Jakiro has picked up the drums. Link, he did go for the Helm of the Dominator into his BKB, so we'll be going for that
Radiant's
next.
bottom tower is
It looks
under
like
attack.
on... it looks like we're going for a Blade Mail on Tree. So, he did pick up that early Orb of Venom just for some more aggression and damage early on. Crit, are you in trouble, friend? He gets Poison Touch, he gets Weaved as well, but Relo, he gets Wraith Fire Blasted, the Ice Path is going to miss as well, and Moonlight Shadow is going to be able to get them out. Zoning Calldown was used, and they might try to re-engage here as Relo's there. He'd be jumping into 4 heroes. Let's see how YOLO he can be, and he jumps on the Link. Link, he's instantly down to half health, but Relo, he's taking a lot of damage. I guess you do have Shallow Grave, so that's going to work out quite well. Crit, he gets Shallow Grave, though, stolen. He actually uses it to TP himself out, but there's the Ice Path. There's a Vacuum from Ace as well, and HWA is ultimately going to be cleaning up Link, but Rise, he's going to go down to the Burning Spears with the help of HWA. Biceps Warrior, he managed to use his Reincarnation, but God, Relo does so much damage. He has 13 stacks of Berserker's Blood, and the Burning Spear is doing absolute work. 3k gold casually. He can buy a Reaver, and Relo is going to be incredibly difficult to kill.
Middle tower has fallen.
Are you back with me, Relo? And by Relo, I mean Coucher.
Radiant's
Oh,
middle tower
looks like
is
I
under
missed
attack.
once again a completely strong team fight for Hehe.
Yeah, basically Huskar decided to go YOLO with Shallow Grave, and Crit making some good plays with some good steals, but really difficult. And well, HWA, they're ahead, so he's going to go for Dagon, which I think is great on this hero. He spots the stack as well, so I think they're going to be looking to steal that using Relo. And yeah, I think, what else happened? Tree got a Blade Mail. Normal stuff so far.
Well, looks like Mutual Maker's item progression overall has completely stopped because when I last checked, like 2 minutes ago or
Radiant's
something,
courier has
Ace,
been killed.
he had exactly 8k net worth at that point in time as well. So he's not been getting anything even though he has the Midas. But they're gonna go on Hava.
Yep, he's going to be Telekinesis. Illusory Orb stolen, but manages to phase shift, and can he blink? No, he can't.
End now. It matters not.
I'm not sure why he didn't jaunt to that orb, but got a little bit greedy with it and missed the timing. So, chalk it up as a 12 to 27. I
might
still
get more,
favor
though.
Hehe in this position. Huskar is going to become invincible at kill. Speaking of which, Link, he gets Overgrowth, but there's an Ice Path and then a Macropyre into a Calldown. He gets that all off before he goes down. But the Blade Mail doing so much work to Jakiro because he doesn't have a BKB. He just Blade Mail and stand in Macropyre, but there's the wall. Vacuum hits on 3 as well. Starstorm, but no, Mirana dies to her own illusions, but they're still turning around. Relo, he just hasn't died. He walks through the wall and, well, I guess the Darkseer is on his team, never mind. He walks through the wall and just doesn't give any hoots. Darkseer's not on his team, I'm sorry. It's hard to keep things straight, there's so much going on. Oh my gosh.
Oh, 43 kills, 23 minutes in, not too shabby.
That's not so bad. I mean, Reload currently sitting at 9 for 1.
Dyer's
Just
bottom
casual
tower
5k
is
gold.
under
You know,
attack.
buy yourself a Radiance. You're fine.
Oh, what do we actually think he's gonna go for? Did he buy up something? Oh, he's just going for heart.
I was about to say, he's
Mass
probably going to
time.
go for Heart. Yeah.
I'd like to see an Aghanim Scepter just every 4 seconds go for life break.
Aghanim Scepter would be pretty good, but he's going to be so much more survivable and do a lot more damage with the Heart. So I think just going for pure tank, Heart, Satanic, and Aghanim Scepter is kind of the way to go. Obviously, you know, Huskar isn't a tried and true hero in the pro
Dyer's
scene,
middle
so you don't
tower is
really
under attack.
have a standard build the same way that you do with heroes like Luna or Gyrocopter or Anti-Mage, but I think that Heart's a good start. It makes you ridiculously hard to kill. And that's what you want from this hero. Because he has to use his own life points to do damage, so. Speaking of which, there's the smoke up. Crit's going to be leading. He's surged. There's going to be a telekinesis. Yes, he's going to be able to throw him backwards. Ice Path to follow. Macropyre is there as well. Ion Shell onto Unicorn. But Relo, he's got his armlet on. He does ultimately go down. 1,200 gold to Crit. And he comes in. He has a Blade Mail on. Throws out the Leaf Seed onto Jakiro. HOVA comes in. He hasn't used Dream Coil just yet. And he's going to be able to Dagon down Unicorn. In the meantime, Moonlight Shadow is used. And there are no skills for Kaibutsu, but they're going to be able to kill him with just right clicks. HWA, he jaunts to his orb in the backside of the fight. Darkseer, he's trying to surge away, but he's going to be leaf seeded up. Are they going to dive the tier 3s for this? Yes, they are. No, they aren't. Well, HWA, don't disappoint me.
That was way too greedy by them. I mean, they didn't lose anything except the Puck's ultimate, but still, that's chase. I guess they were underestimating the length of the surge for the Darkseer. 7.5 seconds when it's maxed up.
Yeah, max move
That's
speed,
a long time.
that's pretty good, I heard.
It's so sick, actually. I mean, it definitely feels like they buffed it at some point. But of course, it's been the same for like forever and ever, I think. And now Kaibutsu just goes for the leap for just extra attack speed, getting down those towers, and what's actually to stop them from going high ground as well? Well, I guess they want the Dream Coil to be there. At least
Looks like they want to fight. There's a vacuum into an overgrowth. Actually sets him up quite nicely. There's going to be a point blank arrow, but the ice path there as well as the Macropyre going to be doing some damage. Link, he hasn't finished his BKB, but he has it on the way. They're going on a Kaibutsu and Unicorn. He's pretty low, but Kaibutsu's going to be able to get away. Ice path is going to be canceling Dazzle's TP, and the Spite Rocket going to be able to secure the kill.
Well, that's a really nice fight for them, to be honest. Really didn't think that they're gonna go in like that, and it worked out wonders. I mean, of course, Crit just got blown up by the Dagon Puck, and now the Dagon is level 4 as well. My god. 700 damage every, 20 seconds.
Yeah, and Puck is one of the few heroes that has a mana pool to really sustain that, so. Going to be a lot of burst damage coming out from HJVA. Pretty much anyone that he sees just dies instantly. Going to be really difficult. Not to mention, Puck actually right-clicks pretty hard. I think, like a lot of people that don't play Puck that much or play against it that much will underestimate just how much this Fairy Dragon right-clicks for 123 or 132. So that's also
just the
kind of a
attack
pain
animation
and
on him.
Dyer's
pretty
middle
appreciable.
tower
When you're
is
trying to
under
focus
attack.
Relo and everything, well, you got to worry about Puck, you got to worry about Mirana as well, not to mention the Treant Protector.
At the moment, I mean, the Mirana, he's actually not that farmed at all, although he just finished up with Mjolnir, so
That's
gonna
just
be
a
annoying
throw on
to,
the
like,
reload when he YOLOs in.
oh my god, I just don't want to see that. If I was MIM, I would just run for dear life if I saw Reload jumping in with a Mjolnir on him.
Yeah, like, even if I was Unicorn. They're actually going to engage here. There's a Sentry Ward drop down to spot Moonlight Shadow, but Unicorn, he's trying to get in a man fight with the tree, and it doesn't work. But the Dream Coil on 4! Calldown's there as well, and the Ice Path on the wall, but there's no one to vacuum into it. There's Overgrowth. So much crowd control here. I don't even know what's going on, except that Crit died instantly. Relo gets a double kill. He wheels on the Darkseer, but Link, he's trying to TP out. Too bad, so sad for him. There's going to be a triple kill. Actually, Dazzle going to be stealing the kill on the Unicorn, and Rise is going to try to TP away. Barely makes it out of the way of HJB, who had his Dagon off cooldown.
And that was a disaster once again for MIM, and sure, they got Kaibutsu down to like 50 HP or so. The combination of the Jakiro and the Darkseer, it just didn't work out. It actually only caught one in the ice path. The cooldown was pretty damn good by Link on the gyro. Other than that though,
Radiant structures are
they
fortified.
need their wombo combo to actually be able to fight because they're so far behind already as it is.
Radiant's middle barracks
Yeah.
are
If they
under
don't
attack.
land it,
The heal
just
the
saw
heal
it.
is real. We didn't even mention inner vitality from Huskar. Another heal on their team.
Radiant's middle barracks have fallen.
These guys just like to stay alive.
Radiant's middle barracks have
But-
fallen.
he has 3.1k HP as well with the armlet activated.
He
Oh
doesn't
my
even
God.
have his
Tower is
satanic
under
yet.
attack.
That's the disgusting part.
Well, he almost has enough going for it after this tower and Rex, and yeah, crit just blown up by the Dagon 5.
Yeah,
Radiant's
Crit
top
buys
tower is
back,
fallen.
interestingly enough. He thinks that they can do something here. There's going to be an overgrowth. There's going to be a vacuum into a call down. There's no wall, though. Rise. He's getting very low. He's going to be the first to go down. HWA, he actually gets a triple kill, interestingly enough, but there's going to be a shallow grave. Dazzle's going to be using it on himself. Link, he's going to be chased under the cover of his tier 4. Crit, he's going to go down as well. There's a Molnir actually on HWA, and the right click's going to be able to clean him up. And Link, he goes down. That's a team wipe. That should be game 44-16. And Relo, he is incredible this game. 13-2, and they
Radiant's
call
top
it.
barracks are under attack. Radiant's
Well,
top barracks have
I have to
fallen.
say, when I actually saw the lanes at first,
Dire
with
victory.
Huskar going up against the Trilane and even giving away the first blood, I really thought this Huskar is just gonna get shut down so badly, but some nice hero rotations by Hihi, making sure that the Huskar actually gets farm with the Dazzle and Tree enter top as well. And of course, every time MYM tried to go on Huskar, just the supports being there, the Dazzle keeping him alive, and suddenly 2 kills. I mean, I think every time MYM tried to go for the kill, they lost 2 heroes.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a lot of teams that are really good about reacting to their teammates getting ganked. It makes it so it feels like you just have no map control. You just can't actually do anything. You're like, all right, let's go gank this guy. It's like, well, all of a sudden their whole team is there, and we just lost a team fight because, but on the back of getting that Huskar a lot of farm, I think that was great. Spotting that there's a lot of magic damage, also the synergy as well, just with the Dazzle. It's real. There's a reason they have a lore together, but see, we'll have to see some different bands in game 2, it seems. So we'll be coming up with that in just a moment, everyone. Just a couple minutes, we'll get right into the lobby. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with game 2 of MYM versus Hihi.